BULLCAST is a comedy entertainment program. Any accounts talked about are fictional, and any likenesses that occur during the show are merely coincidence. The views expressed in this broadcast are for entertainment purposes only. Viewer discretion may or may not be advised. What's up? Welcome to the BULLCAST. This is a milestone episode number 10. Big time.
We've finally matched the number, well, maybe not the number, but the category. We have double-digit subscribers.
Double-digit episodes. Yeah. Episode 10. This is like an anniversary episode.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, happy anniversary.
Yeah, you too, bud.
Yeah,
it's been a long go, but we did it.
Yeah, and you know what's interesting is at one point Friends had 10 episodes.
That's right. Everything had 10 episodes that was worth having.
Yes.
And we're finally at that point in life.
I think we're kind of the same amount of success as Friends, I think it's safe to say now.
Yeah, that's true.
Like we're at that level.
That's true. That's true.
So I'm excited.
We have expanded our territory. We've migrated. We don't just have YouTube now, but we've got Spotify, we've got iTunes, we've got Google Podcast, Radio Public. I mean, it's all out there.
Yes, and so if you want to experience the BULLCAST in a new and exciting and refreshing way, maybe try to give it a listen. Maybe not, we love for you to look at our faces. That's why we had so much plastic surgery done. Yeah. But if you want to, experience it in a different way, when you're listening, your mind can fully create these pictures. And, if you're driving, you could be driving, on a road that you've seen a million times.
Right.
And all of a sudden, when you're listening to the podcast or you close your eyes while you're driving, like I like to do, you can be anywhere in the world.
Anywhere, anytime. It doesn't even matter.
No, yeah. So that's what's beautiful about this. So make sure you check those new platforms out. And honestly, we're working on getting it. We have it on Spotify, Google Podcasts.
It's everywhere. Let's be honest. It's everywhere.
It is.
And if it's not where you think it should be, it will be.
Yeah, we're actually working on getting a telepathic way to get it out.
We're getting a brain chip.
Yes.
It's a brain chip that people can have implanted. It's shaped like a bowl, right? And then you just stab it into your brain, and it comes in full steam.
We're also getting a branding iron too. Yeah, and you can do it yourself at home.
We've got a lot of fans that are getting the BULLCAST tattoos.
I love that. I love to see that.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I saw one guy got one all over his face. It was nice.
I love face tattoos, and and they get such a bad stigma. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean,
if you can't be artistic, what's the point?
And your body is a canvas, as
basically.
I like to say.
Yeah.
So
life is a canvas.
That's good.
That's real.
Well, hello, BULLCAST T-shirt.
Yeah.
Welcome your newest member.
Yeah.
So
celebrating everything.
What are we here to kind of discuss today and bring to the BULLCAST family?
I want to tell people about a couple things, and we're going to see if we can kind of meld this all into one show. But what's really popular right now is multi-level marketing. Not to be confused with pyramid scams or Ponzi schemes, okay? But I'm talking true multi-level marketing that goes in great detail about I get rich, you get rich, but mostly I get rich. You know what I'm saying?
But they leave out the mostly I get rich part, which is the beautiful thing about it.
Right, exactly.
And as you know, in our earlier episodes, we kind of have discussed, we're kind of serial entrepreneurs. We love cereal. But the second half of that is we love being entrepreneurs. And so when my friend that I had not talked to for years approached me out of the nowhere, and, he's being really nice. Well, one, I don't have many friends, so I was really excited.
Right.
Somebody's being nice to me. So then he comes up and he's like, "Hey, man, how you doing?" This is all over text. And
of course.
And he's like, finally, he gets he's like, "I'm going to quit beating around the bush." He's like,
I hate that.
Do you want to be your own boss? And I was like, heck yeah, man.
Yeah, I do.
And so he's like, okay, well, that's great. I have a great way to do it. I'm my own boss, too. I work for this company. And I was like, wait, you work for what? I was like, how does that work? He's like, well, no, I'm my own boss.
What does he do?
So he actually sells cosmetics.
Nice.
Which is great.
And it's a guy that sells cosmetics.
Yes, and that's why it's so awesome is because, people don't expect it. Comes out of left field.
Yeah.
And he kind of gets you with that end around, or just a sucker punch of awesomeness in your face.
Right.
So he actually explains it to me. And he's like, all it takes is you you buy your starter package, $500,
Right.
and you get your starter package, and then you will be able to get your other friends to also be their own bosses.
So the starter package, is that like product?
It's product, but it's mostly product that you can bring to, like, you can have like a foundation party. So you bring everybody over and like you put
like an
foundation.
Avon party or
Yes.
Right.
And then you put that on.
That's nice.
And then you can get your other friends to sign up. And if they sign up, then you get a certain percentage of what they sell.
Yeah.
And so it's really so cool because you get to talk to your friends, work from home, make your own hours. And the cool thing is the only thing is every single time that you bring on another person, in order to get their introductory package down, because I don't think you realize these cosmetics were made in the Himalayan mountains in Colorado.
Very nice.
By monks.
Nice.
And, they're ground from the Himalayan salt to match human skin perfectly.
Do they make that stuff you wash your hands with? And I don't know what's in that, but it's some kind of magical something. But you wash your hands and it's like salt.
That comes with the platinum package, yes. The exfoliating hand wash, yes.
Yeah.
So the thing is the starter pack, the retail price is actually around $3,000.
Reasonable.
So the thing is in order to get it down to $500 to get people to buy in, because nobody's going to pay $3,000.
No.
The awesome thing is the main corporate entity will, take the brunt of that cost. Yeah. And then if you are the person that's signing them up, all you have to do is pay $700 of that $3,000.
Makes sense.
The big company, the company that governs, will take the rest.
Yeah.
Except for $500 for the one person that's going to join in.
Okay. Yeah.
So every single person you sign up, you get a percentage of their sales. And then if they sign up more people, you get percentage of their sales. But the problem, it's not a problem, excuse me.
Excuse you.
The only thing is, like, every person that they sign up, you have to, of course, take that burden off of that person too. So you're paying $700 for every person you sign up.
Right.
But you get a percentage, and that's what you call residual income.
Right.
While I'm sleeping, I'm making money all day long.
So this is clear as mud to me, and I understand why anyone would want to do this. But my question is this: as you know, the real way to reach people is random cold calls, or what we call robocalls or telemarketing. Does his package include that, or is that something you have to do on your own? Because if you need to do it on your own, I have a little expertise in telemarketing.
So I know your whole thing is telemarketing. And
it is.
I'll be honest, we don't do much of that. Really, a lot of what multi-level marketing is about is exploiting those personal relationships.
Yeah.
And trying to
friends
make it,
and loved ones, you mean?
Yes, and just trying to make it as uncomfortable as possible until they buy in.
Yeah, and then it feels good though when they do, and then nothing happens.
Yes.
Does that make the reunions and family times good?
And since I did the first one with the cosmetics, I bought into so many others.
Yeah.
Whether it's vitamins, weight loss supplements.
Yeah.
Beauty, because cosmetics and beauty products are two different things.
Right. Well, I bought into, again, telemarketing is my big thing, but I also like the offshore where you buy generic drugs like Viagra. And you make a website and you sell, you don't call it Viagra because obviously that's patented, but you call it the little blue pill, And what I like with that is I'm able to really express myself through telemarketing. Like those calls you get, there's no problem with your credit card now, but you know what I'm saying? Or we're calling about your vehicle's extended warranty. It's about to run out, right? Well, we call and we do the same thing, but we target men from ages 12 to 74, and we call them when we say there's no problem with your mail junk now, but if there ever is, we sell a blue pill.
Well, that's really cool because you are solving a problem
before it's even a thing.
Yes, and that is so important.
We call that preventative marketing.
So important to me.
It is.
You would do that.
I know. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we also like to we started the motto, reach out and touch someone. You know what I mean? And that was part of the blue pill marketing that we did, reach out and touch someone.
It's beautiful.
It is. It makes
poetic.
Sense. It is. And then we found that the most effective way to market to people is to find out where they feel less or kind of intimidated, or maybe they're embarrassed about something. We exploit that and we bring them out and we say, hey, look, okay, so you have a little ED. It happens, right? But look, we can fix it. And if they give us any resistance, we immediately start, because we do a little background on everybody. We immediately start talking about old girlfriends, situations they were in, so on and so forth. And if they've ever been using chemicals in their life, whether it be like weed killer or anything like that, we'll immediately bring that up and tell them that's probably where it came from. You may have a lawsuit, but to prove that you actually have the ED, you need to take these pills as a remedy, because if you didn't take the pills, you really don't have it. It's not real. Da-da. Right?
That's so smart.
And then every time they say something we don't like, try again.
I love that you guys are doing that, and I love how you guys take the time to find minute details in people's lives,
Little bitty ones.
and just being able to turn that and to be able to really help them
Yeah.
by charging $500 per pill.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, because these pills change people's lives.
Big time.
I love the fact that for me, you know, I'm a big fan of, you know, helping people in need. I think I've mentioned it before on the BULLCAST.
But do you have like a specific kind of person, or just anyone that needs anything?
Anyone that needs anything, but specifically people in need who could be an asset to me in the future. And
Like blackmail.
So I've always been, not necessarily, more of a you owe me.
Extortion. Right. Sure.
Yeah.
That's
So
good.
it's more of like, I helped you out, so what are you going to give me eventually?
Or you remember when I did this?
Yes.
Yeah.
And so that's why I love helping out African princes.
Yeah.
You know, getting back into power. And I know I've talked about it before, but it's just something I'm so passionate about. I'm going to have to bring it up again.
Yeah.
When somebody with that kind of power contacts you through an email,
Right.
you know, I am a displaced Nigerian prince. My
Right.
uncle has taken the crown. I need help getting back the crown. When you help me out, all I need is, you know, $5,000, and I need an American Social Security number in order to get those funds, and I need a credit card number in order to pay for shipping of the $5,000 cash. I'm there all the way to help you out. So, for me, I've actually helped 4 different princes get their lives back on track.
Yeah.
And they you know, they always say, you know, gold is what we're going to give you, or diamonds.
Diamonds. Yeah.
But the thing is it takes a minute, because I understand what it's like to run a country.
Yeah.
And so, you know, they're just trying to get everything back on track. So, you know, that's something I'm personally passionate about and I love to do. And I think it's like, you know, kind of like your reach out and touch somebody initiative.
Yeah, well, we do that one.
Yeah, I
Hands
love
Across
that.
America was kind of like the beginning of that. Like, we were trying to figure out, how can we make people feel connected that they don't, like, if someone doesn't know somebody, how can we make them connected, right? Hands Across America. That didn't really work out too well. And so we started with reach out and touch someone, right? And that worked out pretty well, because people like to reach out and touch someone. You know what I mean? And then we had a little pamphlet, and this is before all the political correctness happened, but we had a little pamphlet that we would pass out, and Joe Biden was actually our spokesperson. And he would go around with the pamphlet, just reach out and touch someone, and pass it out, you know, because he, believe it or not, his sleight of hand on going in for a field ski is unbelievable. I mean, he was the model for reach out and touch someone. You
And
know what I mean?
I'm assuming, you know, at some point he had to be the best in the game at touching.
Still is. I mean, you can go up and shake the man's hand, and next thing you know, his underwear are in your pocket. You don't even know how that happened.
And
You
that's really what you guys try to promote.
It is. I mean, you know, Strangers in the Night, Exchanging Clothing, you know that song? We wrote that. That was something that we came up with. The Beatles, of course, sung it, you know, and then Elton John, and then Queen, Bohemian Rhapsody was born from that. So, yeah, it was a
That
lot
is
of
so
work.
cool. And
Yeah.
now, how did you find these small bands? Because I'm sure a lot of people don't know these bands. Can you kind of give a background to your journey with these small bands that really have any calling cards as far as songs or anything?
Yeah, we used to. I used to spend a lot of time in L.A., and we would frequent the Sunset Strip, and we would visit these little holes in the wall. Like there was one called the Roxy, another one called the Whiskey a Go Go. These are just little mom and pop, whatever. And anyways, we would go in there and we would sell our multi-level marketing, and we'd pass out the reach out and touch someone pamphlets. And at the time, Joe Biden was a guitar player for several bands. You know, he was the front man. And anyway, him and Freddie Mercury ended up going in the back, and he was telling Freddie Mercury about which, if you don't know, Freddie Mercury is a singer, and he sang for this band called Queen.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was thinking of the scientist guy.
No, it's different.
Okay, sorry.
Anyway, him and Joe Biden were in the back doing the reach out and touch me thing, and next thing you know, he wrote a couple songs, and one thing led to another, and then shortly thereafter, Motley Crue was out.
Wow.
Yeah. So, my experience has been deep rooted in allergies. you know,
So I'm sorry, I just get so worked up when you're telling me about like how.
I was wondering because halfway through this, you're sneezing, you were crying, and now I don't know what's going on.
The thing is I get so worked up hearing you talk about these stories.
Yeah.
Because it's like these
Well,
small.
let me tell you one thing. They're all legit.
Yeah,
Make
and
no
I can
mistake
tell
about it.
when I look into your eyes through this computer screen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, I can feel something.
Yeah.
And I think that's why this podcast has become so popular.
Yeah.
Is they can feel you.
Yeah. They feel me.
In a way that is different in any other way.
Yeah.
And I just wish somebody could feel me that way.
Oh,
but I don't know. And
if you want that, Rob, let me tell you the quickest way to do that. You just go downtown, get yourself some liquor.
Okay.
Drink it, go to an unsightly area, get naked, and just lay down. And give it a couple hours, and someone will feel you.
Is that kind of what you're trying to give to the...
That's what we promote. That's free love. That's what the hippie movement that we're trying to put together is.
Wow.
Yeah. And, it's everyone needs love. And,
all you need is love.
All you need is love. And that's the thing. Everyone knows, everyone thinks, well, hey, love is a emotional connection. Wrongo. It's not. It is a physical thing. That's it.
What if I told you love is all you need?
I would say that's right. I don't know the rest of that song, so I'm not going to be able to.
Is that a song?
No, it should be. I'm hoping it would be.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we can work in the studio.
Yeah.
So now I know you and John Lemon
Mm-hmm.
had a pretty extensive past.
We did.
And he was part of the Monkees, correct?
He was part of the LDS movement, yeah.
Okay, so now how did you and John Lemon, how did that go? Because I know you worked a lot with the Beatles, and I know the Monkees were a huge influence on the Beatles.
They were. When we were in the Navy, we worked together in a yellow submarine. And our job was to service the paint on it to make sure it stayed yellow. And so we got together and we wrote a song. It was called Yellow Submersible. Of course, later through marketing, we found out that Yellow Submarine was better. So they changed the name to Yellow.
Okay.
And then we went on and we made some movies together. Of course, his records were huge in the country western sagas. Him and Garth Brooks did tours together, of course, in Nash Vegas. And then they finished up over in Knoxville. And that's kind of the longest story of my... I don't know if that's clear to you. I hope it's really clear.
Yeah. I just
Makes
think
sense.
You and John Lemon, I keep thinking of that picture that was on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine.
Yeah.
Of you and John Lemon just hanging out.
Big time.
With a guitar.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Yeah. We were hanging out with the guitar.
Yeah, just hanging.
Yeah, together. We weren't really together.
Yep.
We were there to spend time with the guitar.
Paul and John Lemon.
Yeah.
Just out there.
With the guitar.
Fighting the good fight.
Yeah, with the guitar.
Yeah. It's just something that, I just picture so vividly. Now, okay, so I
tried the same thing overseas with Habib Lemon. We had the sitar, but it just wasn't as popular in that culture for some reason.
Well, and I think they don't really... and it's perfect that you kind of went into that culture because I was going to shift there anyways.
Yeah.
Is that where you found the love for the Indian dialect and accent to which you implemented in your telemarketing?
Yeah.
And that's what made it so successful. Is that where you first...
It is. First, let me say this. I'm a big fan of Frankincense and Murph. Okay? And so I go over there a lot. And I noticed there's a lot of people over there, and they're just damn friendly. They all of them are. And they love tobacco. And, of course, as you know, in the United States, smoking is not okay. That's what they say. But over there, everyone smokes. So I would set up these places for people to work. We called them like telemarketing companies. I think over there they call them telemarketing company or something like that.
Yeah.
It's
just the dialect there.
I don't know if that's it or if it's just a different thing altogether.
Yeah.
But, yeah, they set those up. And they would call, and we would have auditions for people to come out and say, well, hey, can you telemarket this? So we give them a script. And some of the people, man, they were really bad. But what we really look for is people that speak English, but not super clear. So some of the things they say may or may not be understandable, you know? So let me give you an example. So my name is Abib. I'm going to tell you about it, and I would like to know if you're interested. See, there's a beginning, there's an end, and there's a middle that no one knows what the hell's happening.
Yes, and I love that about what you brought to the telemarketing game
Yeah.
because it pulls you in. I don't know what you're saying,
But you're
you
interested.
help me. You know, it's a lure,
And you
know, it's
almost
like
feel
fishing.
bad for him. You're like, I don't know what this guy's saying, but I
Yeah.
feel bad. He's trying to make a living, right? And then that's why we sell, like, so I say, as soon as they ask you, what did you say? You immediately reply with, your credit card are too high. And if they say, I don't have any credit cards, extended warranty for your vehicle, you know? And then we just keep on hitting until they find something that they like.
That they are personally involved with.
Yeah, or something that they need.
I know. I didn't know that I owed. I think it was like $300,000 to the IRS until I got a call from your company, and I'm so grateful that you guys made me aware of that. Just because, if not, I could be in jail right now. If I wouldn't have paid that.
Yeah. And, you know, that's why, too, we always run it through. Like, what we do is we make you pay us, right? So we have you do a Western Union or a wire transfer overseas to a second party. That way we can launder the money a little bit, clean it up. So, because a lot of it's dirty, you know, it's just stained, it's been circulated. So what we do is we'll launder that, make it cleaned and pressed.
Fun BULLCAST fact, they say a dollar bill is dirtier than a toilet seat. Fun BULLCAST fact, but go ahead.
No, that's real.
Yes.
That's real because, but yeah, once they clean that up and we launder it out and we clean it, make it sparkling new, then we go ahead and pay off the debt. But here's what people don't know. You can argue, and I don't mean negotiate, I mean argue with the U.S. government, and they will cut you a break on your taxes. So let's say you owed $10,000, I get you to pay me 10 plus the 2,000 fee, right? So I've got 12,000 of your dollars. I send it over here, I launder it, and then I call the U.S. government and say, hey, I'm calling on behalf of right? And I say, hey, is there any way that you could work with me? I could pay you a smaller percentage. And they say, well, I'll tell you what, we'll settle for 10%, right? So now that 12,000 you just sent me, I only have to pay out $500. I keep the rest, all is well. And that's how I make my money.
That's so awesome. And that's the American dream.
It is. It's the American way.
Is just coming up with something, a good idea in America, and taking it to another country, and you know, making a fantastic profit.
You always want to take your business overseas.
Yeah,
always.
Just because you know you want to go and see the world,
right?
And really appreciate where you come from.
Plus, I strongly recommend if you're going to do overseas transactions like that, go to places that have no extradition. And if you don't know what that means, that just means if you go on vacation, you can stay there on vacation, and no one can make you come home.
Yes,
that's a code word. You know what I mean?
Yeah, nobody can make you go home.
They can't make you come home. So if you're not done with your vacation, no one can say, hey, guess what? Time for you to come home. We need to talk to you.
No,
that's not happening. Wrong.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. So, and these are just tips that we're just throwing out there. These are freebies for you.
Big time.
So I know that you spent a lot of time, of course, overseas.
Yeah. I just said that.
I would think. So how would you categorize the difference between a multi-level marketing versus telemarketing?
Yeah.
I'll tell you where I see it. Multi-level marketing is here to make you money. Telemarketing is here to save you money. As far as it's here to keep you out of trouble, stuff like that.
I started the telemarketing company for a couple of reasons because it wasn't so much about selling the product. And again, that's why I didn't really care if they spoke good English or not. It was about getting my cell phone company off the ground. So I would make all the telemarketers use it, and I would make them pay me the bill every month. In other words, so they have a cell phone bill, which is my company. You have to pay me for that if you want to stay working.
Did they know that it was your cell phone company?
No.
Oh, cool.
No.
Cool.
And we went under a bunch of weird names. Like we started one called Boost Mobile, which Boost, basically we stole the phones and we'd resell them. That's why we call it Boost Mobile. Metro PCS. I don't know, what the hell does that mean? No one even knows. Yeah. I mean, we're Metro. We're in the town. With PCS is like, man, this sounds good. Whatever, we'll call it that. And then we started, the one that really caught fire was Verizon. Wow. I don't even know what that means or where that word came from, but we went ahead and did that. So yeah, I mean, we've had some success with the telemarketing, but more or less just to get out, the phone and also apps that stop the calls.
Get it from both sides.
Yeah, we get it from both sides.
That's so cool.
Yeah, because you really need every business you do, you need to have an exit strategy and an entrance strategy. So our entrance was, okay, we're going to sell cell phone service. Our exit strategy is we're going to sell apps that stop telemarketers, which is of course us, right? So once they buy it, we put them in the database. No more calls. They're done. Hello, winning.
Yeah. So chess match.
Big time.
But you're playing yourself because nobody's even competing with you.
No one knows, and we've had some pretty good success. I don't know. Our biggest competitor through all of this has been Walmart, and I really don't like Walmart. And it's personal reasons. Sam Walton and we had some issues back in the day. I don't like to talk about it.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. I'm really sorry I even brought that up.
Yeah, they were on the same lacrosse team. There's a whole thing with who got the brownies when they won their last game of the season. Mm-hmm. I'm just giving you guys that so you know not to bring it up when you see Paul out in public.
That's right.
But go ahead.
Whatever.
Yeah,
I mean, that's all I really had to say about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's nothing more that, stories ended. So, But you go ahead. I'm sorry. I just needed to let them know because we're trying to open up more and let you guys into our lives.
Well, and I think the biggest thing that pissed me off with Sam Walton and Walmart is that they used to price match everything, and Sam and I talked about this at length. We're like, you got to keep that. We'll match the price. That way you're always getting your best price. Now they won't do it. They won't even match the prices at their own store. Like if you see the same product on the shelf that's priced like 10 cents less, they say, no, I'm sorry, we can't do that. So I'm just like, whatever, dude. And I try to be, when I sell these things on BULLCAST, I try to be clear. I hope what I'm saying is coming across clear and makes good sense. I
think that's what sets us apart is like when you're here, you're getting good quality content.
Yeah, and what's going on. The stories are easy to follow.
Yeah, and we stay on topic.
Always on topic.
And it's like we where it's going to go even before we go there.
Yeah.
I think that's what people are really loving, all 14 subscribers on YouTube, is the fact that, we are here, every single week.
Every week.
And what you're going to get into here.
Yeah.
There's no surprises.
Yeah, and we're always working to improve our technology too. Mm-hmm. Our microphones and, wiring.
We just bought random wires just to have.
Yeah, I have a whole box of wires right here. I could show you, but it would take a while. I mean, as soon as I get them unknotted, we'll see what they do.
And I think it's going to make it better. I really do.
I do too. I mean, I've got one wire in this box. It's over 62 feet long. And I don't even know why I have it, but it's here.
But we're willing to work through it for you.
Yeah.
This is the thing.
Yeah. Because we feel like anytime you can hook a wire to one thing to another thing and it does something, that's an improvement.
What that reminds me of is Apple. They did the exact same thing.
Yeah.
When they were coming up.
The
Galaxy S10.
Exactly. Let me tell you something funny about Apple. And I'm going to be totally serious here for a second, if I can.
Okay.
Apple is the only freaking company that does shit backwards. And let me tell you why. Like someone will come out, Samsung came out with the smartwatch. They're the ones that made that shit. And Apple's like, you know what? We're going to do that now. It's time, right? Mm-hmm. So then and what's funny is people still like, oh, Apple came up with this or Apple. I really don't even know what I'm saying right now. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, good. So that's it. That's all I have to say about it.
Wait, are you saying that you're mad that Apple gets recognition for things that other people have done first?
I don't think so. But I don't know honestly, what I'm saying.
Honestly, you have no idea.
No, I really don't. I just had like the biggest brain fart on the planet Earth. And I don't even know. I don't know what's going on right now.
Well, I think, this is...
I don't know.
They just do stuff backwards.
I don't know.
They pay you to get the computer. They give you the tools to be your own boss.
I'm telling you what, man. I don't know what the hell's going on. It's bad.
But I think, that's where my brief time that I was spending with Steve Jobs.
Yeah. You think that was his real name?
It was.
Was it?
I actually lived with him briefly.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's not a weird last name, is it?
The thing is,
does that stand for something?
So actually, the Monopoly Man?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's actually was a real person. That was Steve Jobs' great-grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
And he got that name because he was so rich. He was everybody saw him as the guy who would give out jobs.
Right on.
That's how we got that
That
name.
makes sense.
And then Steve, privately funded Monopoly. And that's how Monopoly got out. There's the sound.
That sound means we're out of time, guys. It's happened again. Yep, that's the one.
Yeah.
So, hey,
That's
that was a good
10.
episode. I enjoyed it. That was episode 10, man.
I can't believe we should have done something special.
We did.
Well, actually, we did. We're here. This is special.
This is special.
Yes.
But, yeah, I mean, I'm excited, man. I can't wait till we do our 100th episode, which is, of course, our next milestone.
Mm-hmm. Which should be coming, next week?
Yeah. Cool. Well, it'll be about 90 from now.
Yeah.
Give or take.
Yeah, give or take 1 or 2.
Yeah.
So now, if you guys love what you're hearing, I know I love it. I love you guys.
Who doesn't?
Actually, I love you. The BULLCAST listener, I love you. And
Me too, man.
make sure that you connect with us on every single platform possible.
All of them. Subscribe on YouTube. Follow on Spotify. Search us out on Google Podcast. I mean, everything. Just become one with the Bull.
Yes. Yeah. And so
Why wouldn't you want to?
just let us know, any topics you want to hear in the comments.
Yeah.
We're open to suggestions.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, if we can get to, listen, here's the thing. I'm gonna throw this out here, Rob. Are you ready?
He hadn't discussed this with me, so this is all
I'm
new
throwing
here.
this out here.
Okay.
Here's what we're gonna do. If we can get 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, right?
Right.
We will do the next 5 shows naked.
Okay. 10,000?
10,000.
Okay.
Would that be cool? Because, I mean, think of the visual on the podcast.
And then we can describe our bodies
Because
for
you
the
won't see
audio
it,
listeners.
But we'll tell you what's happening. You'll be like, they're naked. We'll be like, yeah, we are.
And you can hear in somebody's voice when they're naked.
Yeah. And basically, like, if you're watching the naked video, this is pretty much what you're going to see right here. Just like that.
Yeah.
Right,
yeah, so I'm
not
excited.
true. Yeah, it'll be good. But yeah, let's hit that 10,000 subscriber mark. And I want to get another 50,000 followers on Spotify.
I think
Let's
that's
do it.
reasonable.
Let's make it
Let's
happen.
do it. We'll see you guys next week.
All right. Thanks for watching, guys.
Peace out.
Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for flying with us. On our final approach, please make sure your seat backs and trays are in their upright and lock positions.